Hey, this is Mike Colleen, and I just found a brand new song that I absolutely love. It's called Be What You Want to Be. I've never heard of the song, I just found it today, so let that play for a minute. Love this song. Alright, let me turn it off. Okay, I'm back. This video is, I want to kind of clear up this a little more. It's about this whole alpha male thing, which I personally think is bullshit, to be honest with you. Here's the reason why. Number one, I've actually seen these courses and I've met people. I actually had a guy at the gym years ago, about 7 years ago, approach me. Oh, you took the so-and-so course. I'm like, what? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, oh, I'm like, I never heard of the guy. It's some guy's course. He's like, yeah, you have. He's all over the internet. You've taken, I could tell. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, you're hanging your one shoulder down. You're being asymmetrical. And I'm thinking, what? And so what it was is I had just bench pressed like 300 some pounds, and I was exhausted trying to catch my breath. And I was leaning on this freaking, metal weight holder thing. Anyway, so long story short, he explained what the course is about, how he paid all this money. I don't know if it was like $800 or $500 or something. Then I looked it up online, and the home study course was like $200 some dollars. And what I realized over the years as I began to look into this stuff was they were actually teaching you guys how to be beta males, charging you for it, and what was I else going to say? Charging you for it, and then telling you this is how to be an alpha male. That's not how to be an alpha male. That has nothing to do. In fact, it's the opposite. That's teaching you how to be further into your left male brain, which is actually the beta male brain. It's operating off of the lower brain. What my course does is it opens you up to the larger hemisphere. It's not about being strong and tough and all that stuff. And one reason how I know is because I've opened up to the larger part of my brain, and people respond to you differently. Okay, and because you respond differently, and you'll see things from a completely different perspective. It's a more open, wider, bigger picture perspective, and that's the alpha male brain. The funny thing is the alpha male brain is not about physically dominating or mentally dominating or controlling people. It's the opposite. It's like you're completely letting go. All right, that's what opens you up out of the smaller brain into the larger hemisphere. Look at world leaders. They're usually fat, out of shape, and they're usually short and small, and they've usually never fought or trained in fighting a day in their life. They're usually weak, small people, and yet they're the leaders of countries, leaders of corporations. They're CEOs of multi-billion-dollar corporations. They're not the biggest, strongest 6'4" guys. They're usually about 5'7", 5'8", maybe 5'6", about 125, 150 pounds. They're not the biggest guys. The female mating system is looking for something very specifically, even to be attracted to you. And this is what I teach you how to do, but it takes conditioning and practice to open up to this part of your brain. And it's not easy, but it's possible, and it's fun just learning how to do it. All right, so let me wrap it up with this. I was at a club the other night about a week ago, and my buddy introduced me to this other guy who was huge, 6'3", 6'4", just a big guy, in shape. And the thing about it was, and he was young, he was good looking and all that stuff. And you think, oh, that's the guy that's, because this sort of male thing, because we're visual. Remember, our mating system's connected to our eyes, but the female mating system's connected to the right brain for a couple reasons. The male who learns how to open up to his right brain is the male that turns her on unconsciously. Okay, and there's a bunch of other things that go along with it, the right brain communication, and I'm gonna go into that in another video. All right. So, anyways, as usual, this guy went home alone. He tried to talk to my buddy's girlfriend, and the girl ended up with my buddy because that's what she's attracted to. My buddy is much more social. He has much more better social skills. He's more outgoing. And the female mating system is looking for this because those are the guys that are going to have better connections. So they'll have people to fall back on if they lose their job. They'll be able to get better jobs. They'll be able to get more jobs and more opportunities because they have better connections with more people. But the guy is kind of quiet. Sure, physically, guy was a badass. Absolutely. But our mating system knows that, well, you can't survive in the world just being tough. You have to be smart. It's the smart guy, the right brain creative guy who can think creatively, that can put things together, that can create new things, that can develop new things, that can connect with other people. Because the right brain is the social brain. The left brain is the worker brain. The left brain, which most men, because it has linear mode, is the worker brain. You're a worker bee. You do what you're told. The left brain is very good at following rules, structure, and organization. So if you're showing that off to her, she is going to be like, oh, that's nice. It might be fun to get you to pay for drinks and dinner once in a while, maybe have sex once in a while, but that's not the guy she's going to end up with. All right. One of the ways I know this is I was one of those guys. I used to bench 365 pounds. I was ranked number one in the nation in kickboxing, state champion in boxing, and on and on and on. I was a badass, flat out a badass. And there was a point in my life where I was big, tough, and I was just awesome. But I tell you what, I'll be honest with you, I had one girlfriend, and she was not cool. She was not respectful. I'd go to clubs. I couldn't pick up on the chicks. I'll be really honest with you about that. Because I like most men, thought it was about strength and power. It's not. It's about something different that I teach in my course. And again, it's not, yes, it is the alpha male thing, but it's not the egotistical alpha male thing. It's not about being cool. It's definitely not about being egotistical. The goal of my course is to open you out of the smaller ego, to open that up to the larger hemisphere. So there's no ego. It's all about flow. It's all about energy. It's all about spatial awareness. When you walk into a room with spatial awareness, her mating system sees that right away, unconsciously, of course, and is triggered by it. If you want to learn how to do this, take my course. Go to MikeColeen.com, go to the Single Men's page or any page, give me a call. Also, buy my book, CrackTheFemaleCode.com. All right, it's on sale right now. I'm going to change it very soon. And remember, subscribe. Just click the button, okay? All right, have a good day. I've got a couple more videos coming up in the series.